While I am so happy for the celebration that we're having tonight, we have some really amazing individuals here. They've made a tremendous change. There are so many people's lives that they have impacted. But Jaden reminds me every day that we have to do more. We have to keep moving forward. We have to keep progressing because he will live a full and independent life. I've seen it. I have glimpsed it. There are people on VYKAT, there are people in clinical trials who are starting to get that lift that they need, but they need more. So thank you all for supporting us and your continued support.
Those of you in this room know that Prader-Willi parents have turned 24/7 vigilance into what I like to call an extreme sport. But when I sit in Dr. Stafford's office, I unclench. And that, my friends, is nothing short of a miracle. And so it is with very deep gratitude and great admiration that on behalf of FPWR, that I give to Dr. Stafford the 2025 Innovator in Clinical Care. She's not only an exceptional physician, but an unwavering ally to not just our children, but our entire families. So thank you.
In 1998, I was a fellow in pediatric endocrinology at Boston Children's Hospital, and a wonderful geneticist whose name is Virginia Camonis, for those of you who happen to know her, came to me and said, "You like genetics, right? Well, there's this syndrome called PWS, and they need growth hormone." And that really is, how it all began for me. So for 25 years now, a little bit more, both where I started at Boston Children's Hospital and now at Stanford, I have really loved getting to know these families, counseling, laughing, crying, hugging, working together for children and young adults with PWS. In this community, I've met so many people who are really devoted to those with PWS and doing so many things. It's really humbling for me to be honored in this way when there are so many other people who are working. We are really working to find ways to improve the lives of those with PWS, and I personally don't plan to stop doing that anytime soon.
And one of the biggest reasons we're here is to mark the incredible milestone that is the FDA approval of the first new therapy for Prader-Willi syndrome in more than 20 years. It gives many of us hope. And we know that this was not an easy won battle. Developing drugs in general is hard. Developing drugs for rare diseases is even harder. And developing drugs for PWS, which is a complex and heterogeneous condition where many aspects of the condition are still not even fully understood, is even harder still. So the fact that we got here is just incredibly uplifting. But we did not get here by chance. We got here thanks to leadership, dedication, thanks to a certain individual and a team and a company that understood the science, understood the regulatory pathways, and had nerves of steel. We could say maybe other parts of steel as well. And so, to thank that person, we want to call Dr. Anish Bhatnagar onto stage, CEO of Soleno Therapeutics, the man who got it done. Dr. Bhatnagar, thank you so much. You're awesome.
The journey for VYKAT XR began with it being called DCCR. And the first clinical trial in PWS, as some of you might remember, was in part funded by FPWR. More than a decade later, and more than 70 years after the syndrome was first recognized, we finally have a treatment for hyperphagia. So this year, while it is a time to celebrate, it's also a reminder that this is not easy. This year we heard that another program where a lot of families had a lot of hope for is not going to move forward with clinical testing. While that news is really disappointing for so many families, it also underscores the urgency for continued research and the need for continued investment in PWS. Everyone in this room knows well, PWS is extraordinarily complicated. Hyperphagia alone has effects that touch every part of life and every member of a family. VYKAT XR will change many lives, but it is not a cure. You all have very close associations with PWS, but over the last several years, we have been made to feel very much part of the community. And it's in that spirit that we want to continue to work with you, and this time to find a cure. Today, I would like to announce an initiative at Soleno, the sole purpose of which will be to find a genetic cure for the disease. We will commit up to $5 million in grants in the next year, where we will find the most promising genetic approaches to treat PWS and find the ones where further significant investment is needed. So while tonight is a celebration, it is also a call to keep going. The approval of VYKAT is very much worth celebrating, and we're honored to be here with you to do that. On behalf of Soleno, I want to thank FPWR and each of you for partnering with us on this journey and for trusting us. We're proud to stand with you, and we're committed to working alongside you until every family has the options and the hope they deserve. Thank you.